Welcome to the third coding session to build a memory game. So last time we implemented the part that hides the numbers. So if we reload, okay, reload, oh, not the page, but anyways, you count to 5 seconds and then the numbers are hidden. The next thing I want to do is that when you click on these cards, um, the game asks you for a number. And let's see. I can do a for loop tells that for each, and then we get a cell, and we want to add an event handler. Tell that add event handler. It's actually event listener. And then we listen for the click event. And then the event handler is going to be just alert for now. This is going to be a function that takes an event and alerts. Oh. Okay, let's save. And now if we click on this, you get hello. Click on this other one, hello, and hello. So instead of alerting hello, we're going to call a function, get number. And then let's define that function. This is this is a function that for now it doesn't take any parameters. And we're going to use the prompt. Enter your guess. And now you get enter your guess, and I can put 5. Okay. And I can also enter whatever I want to. We're not going to worry about that for now. And of course, we need to save the value that the user entered in a variable, actually a constant. Const number equals prompt. And just to make sure that we're getting that number, we can alert number. And now, if I click here, I can put 5, and then it alerts the number back. One of the things that I just noticed is that you can actually click on the cards before they are hidden. I don't want that. I want the click handler to be applied only after the cards have been hidden. So to do that, I can wrap this in a function. We're going to const add handlers. And this is going to be a function that doesn't take any parameters. And then inside that function, we're going to put this for loop. let's see, I'm going to call this function from the hide cars function. So do this. Now if we click, nothing happens. Only after the cars are hidden, now we get the prompt to enter our guess. And again, we get that back. And then we need a way to check if that number that we entered is the value that's inside this card. And the easiest way to do that would be to check if the value that we entered is corresponds to, I guess, we need to check if the value that we enter on this card, for example, corresponds to the 5th position of the numbers array. So we need to assign each one of these an index. And I guess one of the easiest ways to do that is to actually just add a data value to each cell so that each cell knows what its index is. We can reuse one of these for each. Let's actually just create another one. So that data that index equals index. And I'm right now, I think this is not the correct way to do it, the correct way to do it. So let's just go to ChatGPT and ask data that how to add the data member, I guess. How to add a data member to a DOM node using JavaScript. Okay, data set. Oh, yes, data set, of course. Yeah. So it's data set, not data. Data set that index equals index. And then when you click on the cell, I want to get I want to alert. I guess in this case, get number, we can pass the event, then receive the event here, event that target that dataset that index. And let's just make sure that this is doing what we expect it to do. So I'm going to click on the first. This should be a 0 index, and we get 0. And then we get a number and the number back. And this should be the 8th index. 8, yeah. Okay, and this should be the 5th. Oh, actually the fourth, yeah, because array indexes start at 0. This should be the second one. Yeah. Okay. Let's remove this and alert number equals, but actually I'm going to declare a constant index equals e.target.dataset.index. And I want to check that number equals numbers index. So this should be 1, 4, 6. 1, that's true. 4, that's true. And 6, that's true. So if I enter something else here, that's false. That should be false as well. And this should also be false. We can even enter just any text that we want to, and that's going to give us false anyways. So in theory, we don't need to check for the input to make sure that it's a number, that it's not empty and all of that, because if it doesn't match what's already in the array at that position, you should simply not have a correct guess. So we can leave it like that. If you were doing this for some kind of production, you would, of course, need to handle input more carefully. But in this case, I think I'm not going to go crazy into input handling, sanitization, and all of that. Sanitization, is that the correct way? Anyway, you know what I mean. Sanitization, I don't know. So if the number is correct, instead of alert, we're going to const correct equals number equals numbers index. Now you might be wondering why I'm using double equals instead of triple equals. And that's because if we use triple equals, that's never going to be correct, because the array has integers and prompt returns a string. Even if you put a number, it's going to be cast into string. And if you use triple equals in this check, you would get a false negative. If correct, then we can say not index, event.target.innerHTML equals number. 296, let's see. If I enter 8, nothing happens, but if I enter 9, you get a 9 here. And 2, that's correct. And then 6, that's correct as well. But, if you click again, you get asked for a number again. We want to prevent that. So let's move the event handler to a function. Handle click, and this is a function that receives an event. And calls get number passing the event. And instead of this anonymous function, we can call handle click. Let's see. Let's say this. Yeah, it seems to be working, but I didn't see the numbers. So I'm going to reload the preview. And 963, 963. So this is 9, 6, 3. Okay, so once you've guessed the number correctly, we want to remove the event handler. If correct, set the inner HTML to number and be that target that remove event listener click and handle click. And this should prevent you from 518. This should prevent you from clicking again 5. And if we click again, it doesn't ask you for a number anymore. 518. Yeah, 518. Okay. Now we need a way to determine if you've guessed everything. And I think one of the easiest way is to just set let correct guesses, and this is going to be just an empty array, and we're going to push, oh my god, correct guesses that push, and we're just going to push true. And then we can alert correct guesses that length. All right, 529, 5. Huh? No. Okay, 9. So whenever you guess right, the length of the correct guesses array is going to increment by 1. So you know that when correct guesses is equals to 9, you've won the game. So if correct guesses that length equals 9, then alert, you won. And now, let's see. Three seven one six nine two 584. 371 692 537 1, and I forgot the other one, so I'm just gonna guess now 5 5 5, yeah, 4 4, yeah, 2 2, 2, yeah. And I'm missing an 8. Nine. And what else am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You won. Okay. Let's see. Congrats. You won. And this is basically the game. All the game logic implemented. We need to still add, I guess, a counter for the wrongs that you've guessed. And then if you get to, I don't know, like 5 wrong guesses, then you lose the game or something like that. So this is it for now. I think we've made good progress on this session. We have a completely functional game. There is a lot of room for improvement. For example, this code, we've been writing it procedurally, and I think it would be better if we create maybe a class or even just an object. Something else I like to improve is when you click here, instead of getting a prompt, maybe you get to select the numbers from a little box here that pops up or something. Or even if you can just click and enter the value right here. I don't know if I'm gonna do that because it works with the prompt. And one of the things that I like, or not that I like, but something that I've always thought is that we should probably use more of the native elements from the browser. Although I gotta say that prompts are not very beautiful. You get this ugly window asking you to enter your guess. So I'm not gonna make a case for using prompts because honestly they aren't that beautiful. You can achieve a lot more beautiful UI if you implement custom controllers. So for now, that's it. I'll see you on the next one where we'll continue to improve our game. On the next session, I think I'm going to implement a counter for your right and wrong guesses, and also add the functionality so that after an X amount of guesses, you lose the game. Bye bye.